Welcome to the Coastal Kitchen. I'm Karen Mashers, and today I'm going on an adventure. We're doing something I've not done before, and that is confusion, Asian fusion. I love Asian food, and I have to think about it in a strange way. I think it's difficult to do, and I found out it's not so hard. So today we're going to make quick and easy sesame noodles for our main dish. We're doing a homemade ginger dressing salad. We're going to have crab rangoon, and if anybody loves crab rangoon, I know I do. And then, of course, we're finishing off with Chinese almond cookies, and we're starting with the cookies today. So let's go. All right, the first thing you need is almond flour, and I've got about 1.5 cups of almond flour, and I'm going to put it in my mixer with the paddle on. Let's get all that in. And I've got to get one thing out of the fridge, and that is my butter. I have already cubed it. I'm using 1 cup of butter, and we're going to put that in with our almond flour. We want that to get together to make sort of an almond paste as we begin. Let me get that real quick. All right, got the butter, and you can see 2 full sticks, nice and cold and cubed into small little cubes. Get all those in. Put the bowl up and let this go on low for about 3 minutes. And while this is going, I'm going to come over here, and I have regular all-purpose flour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sift half of my flour into this bowl. And let's get a little more in there. And on top of that, I'm going to put sugar. And we're going to sift that right in. And then we're going to do some baking soda. All right. You can see I got a couple little pieces of sugar. We don't want that in. So let's get the rest of our flour sifted on top. And this is a recipe that you really need to keep as is. Don't make any additions or subtractions because it really doesn't work well. It's a sort of a temperamental recipe. All right, let's get that done. And before we put this in, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Let that go 3 minutes. All right, I'm going to turn this off, and all that I'm going to do is just scrape these sides down just a touch before I put my egg in. All right. Now, these are almond cookies, so we're putting in almond extract, a teaspoon, and 1 whole egg. We're going to put this back on low and let this go for another minute or 2. All right, the egg and the almond extract has really been incorporated. I'm going to take my flour mixture and I'm just going to add little by little so it doesn't pop me up in the face, and get that into the mixture. All in. We're going to let this go for about another 2 or 3 minutes. All right, this didn't take too long, but I want you to see what it looks like when I lower the bowl. It has turned into a dough. I have scraped the bowl down 1 additional time before I put the flour in because I wanted to make sure that everything was incorporated. But you can see it's a little bit of a sticky dough. All right, let's get this off and bring it right over here. Scrape everything down, and this is where hands become your best tools. This has to go in the fridge for 2 hours, and I've got some saran wrap right here because when I take this out, I'm going to start molding it into a ball. And it's almost there, to be honest with you. When it comes off that hook and you start to do it, you can see what kind of dough this is. So just give it a nice turn around, pat it down into itself. And you don't even need any extra flour to make this happen. All right, so let's get it into a ball. And then we are going to form it into a disc. So I'm just patting it down, and I'm going to form the edges. And if you like, you can cut this in half, because this dough will make about 48 cookies. So if you only want a few, go ahead and cut it in half before you put it in the fridge. And remember, 2 hours. All right, I've got to get another little piece of saran wrap to make sure this is airtight. We're going to put this in the fridge, and I'm going to take out some dough that I've already had in there for 2 hours, so we can just keep right on making these cookies. All right. Now, I've got my dough out of the fridge. It's been in there for 3 hours because I wanted to make some more. I've got turbinado sugar. It's a little bit coarser, it's brown, and it's got maple syrup in it. So we're good there. I've got an egg for egg wash, so let's go ahead and mix that up real quick. And grab a fork. Just give it a nice little round here. And I've got my pastry brush to brush my cookies with. All right. Now I've got some slivered almonds. These are just going to go on top of the cookies so everybody knows what kind of cookie they're eating. All right. I have a tablespoon measure, and I'm just cutting a little bit out of the side so I can make a ball about 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay. Now I'm going to get my baking sheet real quick and put that right here so we're ready. After you get the ball made, what we're going to do is we're going to press it gently in the palm of your hand. Want to flatten it out, and then we're going to take a slivered almond, place it on top. I'm going to set that right there, and I'm going to give this a nice little brush of egg wash. Make it look nice and shiny when it comes out of the oven. But I'm going to bring it back up, and I'm going to dip it in the turbinado sugar. And that's because these really aren't sweet cookies, and that gives it a real nice touch. All right, I'm going to keep doing this, and we'll be back in a minute to put them in the oven. All right, I'm getting ready with my last one, and I'm going to pop it in that sugar. Now, this goes in to a 325 oven for between 14 and 18 minutes. It just depends how the heat of your oven goes. And we're gonna leave those in. I'm gonna clean up a minute, wash my hands, and we'll be right back to do our wonderful Japanese dressing.
Count on Charlotte Electric Stores to bring your dream home to life. Family owned and operated since 1971, we offer the area's widest selection of beautiful lighting fixtures and everything to make your kitchen or bath special. Now featuring the innovative design of American Standard. Let our friendly, knowledgeable staff help you find exactly what you're looking for. Your dream home is in our showroom. Visit us today or shop our inventory online at charlotteelectric.com.
All right, we have gone our 15 minutes, and they are perfect. Take a look at these almond cookies. Oh gosh. Now you can see the ones that I made earlier, and we're going to let these sit for about 3 minutes before I convert them onto a plate to let them cool. In fact, I'm not going to put them on a plate. I'm going to put them on a metal rack because they'll cool more evenly there. So let's let these sit, and we are going to make our dressing for the Japanese salad. So let's go right over here. Now, I have already started doing a little bit of prep work. This is the easiest dressing that you will ever make, other than preparing all the stuff to go in it. Now that sounds funny, doesn't it? Okay, we need a 1/2 cup of onion, and I think that that might just be about enough. So I'm just going to chop it up, just a rough chop. And then I'm going to show you how to work the ginger, because this is the ginger dressing that you would get in just about any Japanese restaurant. Okay? Let's put that in there and see if that's half a cup. Now, if you like onion a little bit better than I do, you can go ahead and make a little bit more than that. You can always add a little more onion to this recipe. Okay, goes right in my blender cup. And I'm doing this in a blender cup that you'd make smoothies or do anything else with. You can use a regular blender, or you can put it in your food processor. Okay, ginger root. And you want fresh ginger for this salad dressing. So what we need to do is, I'm going to take these little knobs off and the end off, and I'm going to use my peeler, and I am going to peel my ginger root. And I need about 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger. So let's see if I can get this real close. And I want this cut up a little bit smaller than the onion, because it's a little bit harder than the onion. One. Two teaspoons. And I'm going to put 2 more teaspoons in to make me about 2 tablespoons. Let's just get this little bit in there. It's not going to bother anything at all. So, ginger root. And now we start with our ingredients that are wet. Okay, this is rice wine vinegar. Just put that right in. This is sesame oil. And that goes right in. This is soy, and it is low sodium soy. I am using low sodium. Now, wouldn't think it, but it's ketchup. 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And maple syrup. If you want, you can substitute sugar in this recipe, but I like to use the maple syrup. It just gives it a really extra rich flavor. Okay, a little bit of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. So we're going to get the teaspoon again, and 1, 2. All right. Now, all we have to do is put this top on, and here comes the noise. Okay, and that is really pureed beautifully. So I'm going to sit that right there and move this out of the way. I am having 4 for lunch. And with the lunch people that I have, they are the most wonderful people in the whole world. They're my crew. And they all love Asian food. So we're making 4 individual salads. And we're going to put the dressing on them after it sits in the fridge for a little while. But I've got some lettuce that's been cleaned, and I'm going to cut it in half, because the Asian salads like the lettuce to be cut, and we're going to cut it in nice bite-sized pieces, because if you use chopsticks, you want to be able to get a hold of it. It's not like a regular chopped salad that you can't do that very well with chopsticks. So, all right. And I'm just going to take a handful and put it in each bowl. All right, I have my 4 bowls with lettuce, and I am just tearing up one little piece that looks a little bit big. Now, in any Asian salad that I like, I have to have carrots in it. So I'm just gonna grate some carrots to throw on top, and we're gonna have a lettuce carrot salad with our Asian dressing. So I'm gonna finish these up. We're gonna take a quick break, word from our sponsor, and this will be waiting in the fridge for us to eat in just a little while.
Say hello to the internet of tomorrow. Compelling, absorbing, all-encompassing. Delivered to your home at up to 1 gig. That's 1,000 megabits per second. That's fast. Really fast. Also that you can do a little of this, and a whole lot of this. With none of that. Need speed? Welcome to the internet of tomorrow. Today. Get blazing fast speeds of up to 1 gigabit per second from Focus Broadband. Call or click to order today.
All right, it's time for crab rangoon. Now with crab rangoon, they are a wonderful thing with the accompaniments to the meal we're making, but they're a great snack and everybody loves them. Now in the store, I got crab claw. You get lump crab if you like that. Do it the way that you like it. In most of the restaurants, they use this fake crab meat, and that's good too. So we've all been eating it. You can buy that in the grocery store. You need to have some wontons, and wontons come in a little package, and they've got 2 sets, so you've got plenty of wontons to do what you need to do. Let's get started with crab rangoon. Okay, the first thing you want to do is smash out 1 block, 8 ounces of cream cheese. Okay, it's time for the crab. And if you're like me, I like a little bit extra. The recipe calls for 8 ounces of crab, and I put about 10 in because I like it a little bit more crabby. So just fold that crab in. And we're going to squish it into the cream cheese, just upside the bowl. Now you can see it almost looks like crab salad, but we're going to add some great ingredients. Okay, we're going to add some ground ginger. Believe it or not, we're adding a little bit of sweetener, some confectionery sugar. And some soy sauce. We've got chopped spring onions, scallions. That goes in. And it's easy when you get to this point. We're going to use a garlic press because I want my garlic to be in little tiny pieces. Just pop your garlic in, squeeze out, and scrape it into the mixture. And I've got to do 1 more clove. Okay. Now, we want really to make sure that everything is incorporated. So it's a time for mixing. All right, now take a look at that. This is all ready to start making our crab rangoons and using the wontons. The wontons are really so easy to work with. Take about 6 out. I'm going to take 6 because it's just easier to do 6 at a time. Now you want about a tablespoon of the crab mixture to go in each one. So let's get a tablespoon and right in the center. This is the way we're going to do it. Wet my finger and wet all the edges of the wonton wrapper. And we're going to pick the first 2 corners up. And press them together. Then the second 2 and press them together. And then we're going to bring them all up to the center and press each one so it's completely sealed. Cute little package. Now, this goes right on some parchment paper, and we're going to put that one right there, because the best part about this recipe is we're not going to fry them. We're going to bake them. So let me get to working on getting all these ready, and it'll take just a few minutes. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable making them the way that I have, all I'm doing is bringing the two edges together like this and like this, pressing the seam down. I'm doing it one more time for you. Sometimes if you put too much filling like I did, it's got a problem. But press it up, press it together, and if you don't feel like it's gonna seal good, just grab it and pinch in the middle. Take a little bit of water and pinch in the middle, and it'll be okay. The main thing is you want to make sure all the edges are sealed, and you can even make a little pocket. Made a little pocket here just to show you. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can do it the way you want to. Remember, it's the way you like it. And that brings me up to another thought. If you like it a little bit hotter than what we've just made, you can add sriracha to the mixture, or you can add sriracha to your sauce. Okay, now I've got my wontons and I have got regular cooking spray. And what I'm gonna do is give this a nice little spray because I want them to look pretty and brown up. And let's get a little on that side. Now, baking in the oven. Okay, we're gonna let them rest in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes. We're gonna check them then and make sure if they're golden brown or not. I'm gonna clean everything up. We've got one more thing to do, and then we'll be ready to eat.
Go big. Get a gig with Focus Broadband. Focus Broadband raises the bar with epic internet speeds up to 1 gig. So go ahead, max out your smart home with laptops, smartphones, tablets, printers, home security systems, or game consoles, all connected to your internet. Focus Broadband delivers the speed you need for all things online. Call now to go big and get a gig with Focus Broadband. For the fastest speeds around, call or visit us at focusbroadband.com.
All right, I am back and we have water boiling for our spaghetti. Okay, spaghetti you say? Oh my goodness. Well, in this dish, boiling water and a handful of salt, because you want to make sure that your noodles are well salted. We are doing a quick and easy. You can do Chinese noodles, but this vermicelli spaghetti, the very thin kind, is what I'm going to use today. I'm making it easy on me, and we are going to cook these babies for about 8 minutes. Okay, get them all in, and we are going to give them a stir every once in a while. But in the meantime, we're making the sauce that we're going to put on that spaghetti. Now, as I said, you can use Chinese noodles if you prefer, but I'm doing a quick and easy at home Asian confusion. So let's get our sauce ready. Okay, I've got some peanut butter, and it is 2 tablespoons, and it has been melted in the microwave for 20 seconds. And that's exactly the consistency that you want it right there. Just stir that around a little bit. We're gonna add some chili sauce, Thai chili sauce, about a teaspoon. We're going to add honey, and tamari. And I'm going to leave that right there because I'm going to grab a whisk, and we are going to whisk away. All right, now we're going to add a tablespoon of sesame oil, And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. All right, let's whisk and then we're going to stir. Okay, now we are going to add our garlic. Fresh garlic, minced up, and I have cut up 3 spring onions. I'm just going to whisk those around. I'm going to put some in the pot as soon as we take the noodles off and get them warm. But this, other than the sesame seeds and the garnishes, is all finished except for the pasta. I've got to look at that real quick, give it another stir. I like my noodles al dente, so I do between 7 and 8 minutes. Okay, this has all been stirred in. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of ground ginger. Need that ginger flavor in there. Let's get that all incorporated, and this will sit for just a few minutes while we get the spaghetti out of the water, drained, and in a bowl. All right, you can tell that these just came out of the pot because I'm behind a cloud. Now, what you want is them about that hot. You can serve this dish cold, warm, or hot. We're going to put the sauce right over the top of all the noodles. Now we're going to toss. We want all the noodles to get some of that sauce on top. Now, what I'm going to do to finish it is I'm going to take some of the green onions, sprinkle on the top. I saved about a third of them, and sprinkle them right on the top. And sesame seeds. Now you can use white or black. They come in both variations, and you can even mix them. All right, this is ready to eat. So let's get it all put together, and we'll be right back.
Count on Charlotte Electric Stores to bring your dream home to life. Family owned and operated since 1971, we offer the area's widest selection of beautiful lighting fixtures and everything to make your kitchen or bath special. Now featuring the innovative design of American Standard. Let our friendly, knowledgeable staff help you find exactly what you're looking for. Your dream home is in our showroom. Visit us today or shop our inventory online at charlotteelectric.com.
I feel like I've been around the world. I'll tell you what, this is an adventure into the Asian American cuisine, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you that those Asian noodles absolutely smell phenomenal. I can't wait to put my mouth on that. We have had so much fun today making almond cookies from China. We have crab rangoon with duck sauce. Make it a little hotter if you like. Remember, it's the way that you like it. I've thrown in some wasabi peas because I like a little bit of hot. You can buy those right at any specialty store. Hey, our salad, very simple. Lettuce, carrots, and our Asian dressing, made right here at home. I hope that you will try some of these recipes because they are absolutely delicious. Look for us at Facebook, The Coastal Kitchen, and they're all posted there. We hope you'll join us again at the Coastal Kitchen. No telling what we'll be doing, but it'll be a lot of fun. Have a great day.